seated. Today, set an intention. Shake the hands out. Just make sure that you're really well grounded. So I have a blanket that I'm using to sit on just so that I have a little more room or space in my low back and my knees, because they're a little bit tight today. So the shaking and moving in the hips can really help loosen up any stuckness of fascia, especially if this is an early morning and if we haven't moved a lot. It can really be useful and helpful. Let's take the spine in a circle motion. It doesn't matter which way you're going because we'll switch it in a moment. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, moving back. And let's go in the opposite direction. So thinking of concentrating on the breath or just dropping into the breath, focus there. Inhale and exhale. Probably not something we focus on a lot during the day, the timing of our breath. Let's go side to side, so little reaches here. Inhale, one direction, exhale the other. So in this, there's a pattern or a form and a rhythm to the breath that we're establishing right at the beginning of class. You can hold on to that throughout class. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And we'll take it over to the side. So get a big, full, long stretch through the side body and come back up. Inhale, over to the right, exhale. Good. Inhale, big sweeping motion. Exhale, plant. Sweep motion. Inhale, come up. Exhale, over. And then hold steady right here. Bring the thumbs in a cross position so the hands are facing you. Inhale, make a fist with the fingers so your thumbs are still curled together or crossed. Exhale, expand the fingers. So inhale, exhale, inhale. This is Garuda Mudra. Mudra that mimics the circulation of our heart, blood, help circulate oxygen and oxygenate the whole body. You're just squeezing the hand, inhale, exhale, expand. And let's unwind that. Take the arms overhead. Twisting motion. Let's go to the left. Don't hold it very long. Back to center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to the right. Full breath in, full breath out. And note when you're breathing through the mouth, just take a mental note. Am I breathing through the mouth or through the nose? This last energetic breath as we dive, curl forward, lift through the spine, exhale back. There's a serpentine spine. The abs are involved. The whole, each vertebra of the spine is involved. I'm not just leaning forward and leaning back. I'm actually undulating forward, undulating back. Inhale and exhale. With that movement, we'll go a little bit faster. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Take it at a pace that works for you. Inhale forward, exhale back, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Two more. Last one. Shake and wiggle it out. Let's take the legs out and behind, coming onto the hands and knees. Basically, get right across. If you'd like to have some padding for the knees, but being a little bit useful, helpful. You can actually curl the toes under and come into the downward facing dog. Pretty much right off the bat, take a wider stance with the feet. And then bend the knees, come up high onto the ball of the feet. Then push the hips back, frog dog. Press the heels down. Inhale, let's create a little movement forward, coming to plank. Exhale back. So we're not moving the hands or the feet. We're riding the tide forward into out the top of a push-up, shoulders over wrist, and exhaling all the way back, just to move through the shoulder, move through the waistline. And then walk the hands backward. So the hand is mid-mat. And now we'll take the hips just forward and back. So the weight's back in the heels, forward in the balls of the feet, and lifting the toes, and then lifting the heels. Lifting toes, lifting heels. Hold it back so you're lifting the toes. A little micro bend in the knee. Huge stretch to the side body. We're opening up the posterior chain. Ooh, should feel real lovely. And then moving the hands to the knees and roll up slow, nice and easy. Shake the legs out. And with the legs still in that position, so they're still a little bit wide, wider than hip distance. We'll take it side to side, waking up the waist. Inhale one side, exhale the other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale. You can blow a kiss through the mouth, or if you'd like, exhale through the nose as well. Take this as slow or as quick as you like, keeping the feet planted firmly, but the rest of the body pretty much can be loose, say. And we'll take one hand to the shoulder as you spin it, tap the shoulder. You're still tapping the waist and the shoulder at the same time. Inhale, exhale. Three. That's just a really good wake up. Last one. Nice. Stand forward. Shake it all out. Bring the feet together. Arms overhead. Over to your right side. Inhale back to center. Get up and over to the left. Inhale, center. So up one more time, over to the right. We're still facing the front of the mat and on the back side of the mat. Come back to center and over to the left. Make sure there's no angst in the shoulders. Bring the arms back down. Hands behind the base of the spine. Lace the fingers. Drop the knuckles down. Raise the heart to the sky. Inhale. And release arms and shoulders. Let's once again inhale. Sweep the arms overhead. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk it forward into a plank. Press the heels back down. Inhale, bring the left knee to the earth, and then just pulse with the right foot. I'm going to step it back slightly, make sure you've got good space between the knee and the hands. We're not squishing ourselves. Leave about 2 feet there. And I'm rolling through the ankle on the back leg. Pulse action. Point and flex the foot. And then raise the heel, raise the leg about hip height. Draw in through the low belly. I'm going to tap the toe in a cross pattern and then bring it around and cross, or tap. Inhale, tap. Exhale out to the side. Tap. Keep the rhythm of the breath. Inhale, exhale. Wherever it's at, inhale, exhale. Plug it into the earth here. Let's keep it to the side. Exhale the hips back towards the heels and then forward on the inhale. Exhale, so there's movement here. Moving forward and back. If that bothers your knee, keep the movement smaller or just hold. It doesn't have to be any movement whatsoever. I'm feeling a deep stretch through the inner thigh. Go a little bit wide, more forward with that. If your hip likes that movement, move it forward and back. Applies to stop the shoulders right over the wrist. Then move forward and back until we start to feel a little release for that inner thigh. That's taking a little bit of time. With the left arm, glide it through to your right ankle, thread the needle, press down through the foot, come up onto the fingertips, and then reach the right arm behind the hip if you'd like. You can have it resting on the sacrum or resting on the outer hip, or helping support from the floor. That feels really good today. Oh. Unwind, slow and gentle. Bring the right leg all the way back and lift. Extend the right arm, left arm, and then pull. Elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, elbow to knee. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hold, tap down, straight leg, straight arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Make sure you're not bending at the waist. So this is an exercise in really hamstring engagement. If you're trying to lift the leg by lowering the body, no, don't do it. Keep the body right where it's at. It's high. Arms don't bend, leg doesn't bend. We just tap and lift and then bend the back knee, reach all the way around, catch the foot, or just hold the hand and the foot so they're gazing at each other. They don't have to necessarily connect, and pressing the foot back into the hand. Getting a nice open space through the shoulder. Full breath in, full breath out. And release. Tap down. Open to the side wall. Kickstand the left leg. Now we're in side plank. Reach the right arm all the way over the bicep to the ears. That full stretch. Look down the front side of the body. Make sure in your vision you can see your foot. So it's not back here. And we're not turning. That's going to pinch your side body. And then compress the lower back, the on that left side. So keep your foot straight back, all in a line, right arm reaching. Ooh, and then lift the arm vertical, lift the leg horizontal to each other. They're a right angle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lift. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lift. Last time, extending. And then lift. Bend the top leg. Keep circling or rainbowing the arm till it catches the foot. And press the foot back into the hand. Another bow going pose here. We're just on the side. Really opening through the shoulders today for a back bend. Full breath in, full breath out. And we're going to come back to center. Keep the right leg elevated if you'd like. So if you need it for balance, take it down. But we're squaring off through the shoulder. Turn the left toes under and come all the way into a high, elevated, downward facing dog, three-legged. Rotate through the ankle. And pull the knee across to the elbow, and sweep it back up. We'll come into that high plank, right knee circling, and all the way back up, times 3. Awesome. Step the right leg through. Crescent lunge, both hands to the thigh. Reach the arms high to the sky. Exhale, back to the earth. Step all the way back. Chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. There should be quite a difference between right and left legs. And we're going to go for the other side. Bring your right knee to the earth. And give some movement through the back heel. Nice wide ankle circles. Flex and point through the foot. Raise the leg hip height on an inhale. Keeping the arms straight and strong right out in front of you. If they're underneath you, that's going to be really hard to balance. Make sure you've got a pretty good wide grip. Here's the other thing. Let's just actually sit back on the heels for a moment and shake the wrists out. If your wrists are getting heavily burdened by being on the ground, it's quite possible that we're sinking into the wrist versus using muscle energy to hold you up. So the forearms have to be pretty strong. And the way to really represent that is open, close the fist. So now you're feeling the forearm, right? I can feel it pretty quickly because we've been on our hands for a minute. Shake it out. And then when we come into the air and we claw the air, that's the action of the finger pads into the earth. So when you come back onto the earth, hand beneath, there's the claw action. Even though the palm never raises, that claw action keeps you from sinking into the wrist. Make sure your fingers are spread, so they're not in a cupped position and they're not together. That doesn't give you a really strong foundation or base. If it feels awkward, it's because it's just unfamiliar. So give it a try and wake up the forearms and bring the hands shoulder distance apart. If they're right underneath you, again, that's not going to be super helpful. So we're back here raising the leg. We're going to just drop down, crossing behind, and then sweeping motion all the way over to the left. Inhale, lift, exhale, tap. Going side to side. And we're not trying to go fast, try to go as slow and as patient as you can. So you feel the support that's coming from your own muscle energy, your own body is supporting, strengthening as you go from one side crossing to the other. And then we'll finally end up with the leg all the way out to the left and press it back with the hips. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back one more time. And then raise the right arm. We're going to thread it through, but it's now going towards the left ankle, shoulder on the ground. Keep the left fingertips on the floor, or you could actually bring them all the way around. Touch the hip. Now you're seeing it from the back side. Now for most friends, it's going to feel more supportive to have the fingers on the ground. And that's certainly a great way to do this posture. And for a few, maybe bringing that arm all the way around helps open the shoulder more. If you gotta do that dance, make that decision for your own body, as we unwind gently, and slowly bring the left leg back around, hip height, the right arm forward, and we're gonna pull elbow to knee. Exhale, inhale, extension, exhale, flexion. Do what you can. You could keep the hand on the ground and just do the knee. So it's not giving up, it's what can I do in this as I'm going through. If you're feeling really tired, achy, or you're just learning, your muscles are learning this movement, definitely do it in a way that's honoring and respectful. Let's extend, tap down. Inhale, lift, exhale, tap down. And tapping out is not really respectful or useful. So do what you can. Inhale, lift, exhale, touch. Inhale. When we want to still play in the game, stay in the game. Bend the knee, reach around, clasp the top of the foot. You could be doing this on the belly. Or you could be taking a child's pose just to regain some sense of energy through the breath. Let's release the leg and arm, plant the right hand, kickstand the right leg, and then bring it into a side plank. Left arm reaching. Inhale, raise the arm and the leg. Exhale, extend away from each other. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift, bend the knee, reach underneath the foot and press straight back. Open the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Perfectly, beautifully. Opening the shoulder. Release it. You can bring the leg to the floor, or you can choose to elevate it and keep that energy going through the leg. Turn your right toes under. Lift into three-legged down dog. Rotate through the ankle. Rotate through the hip. Bring your right knee all the way through. Tap the right elbow. I'm sorry. That's your left knee. Bring your left knee through. And tap the elbow. Sweeping motion all the way back up. You're taking a circle last time. Step through to a lunge. Crescent style. Hands to the thigh. So you're moving in an upright position. Pull the waistline back to bring the torso all the way up. Arms to the sky. Full expression here. Exhale, plant hands. And step all the way back. Chaturanga. We're going to do this from the knees. So the knees come down. Bend the elbows and lower about halfway. Release the hips. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, back to downward dog. Hips high. Heels pressing down. Full breath in, full breath out. And again, walk your hands towards your feet. We'll keep the feet wide. Bend the knees and hinge back. A nice opening once again through the back body. Bend the knees, bring the elbows to the knees. Feel the head just slightly elevated from the heart. Hands to the thighs and raise all the way up to standing. Do a little shoulder roll. And we'll work in a balanced positions and side to side. We'll need that placement for the knee anymore, so you can get rid of that. Let's take the arms up and overhead. Exhale all the way back down. Shift the weight to the right leg, lifting the left knee up into the chest. Now we've got balanced action. Release the knee, hover right here. We're just finding a really strong, stable, planted foot to the earth, and lower the left leg. Bring it to the floor on the toes, right knee into the chest. We're gonna give it a nice hug. You can always do all of this with a chair beside you or a wall beside you. And as we let go, you can just sort of tap the wall and then bring the hand off and see where your balance is at. You want to hold steady. All that balance action we did on the floor should be helpful now as we do standing balance postures. So come back to standing on the right leg, bringing the left knee into the chest. Bring your right hand to the waist. We're going to move the leg out to the side and back to center. Now keep the standing leg strong and supported so that hip isn't turning with you. Okay, so we're not turning the body, it's just the leg that's moving out and moving back. Moving out. It's pretty difficult to do, keeping the whole torso flush to center. Now, as you take the leg out to the side, draw the foot into the inner thigh. Now we're in a tree pose. And pushing the foot into the inner thigh needs an equal and opposite action of the thigh moving right back into the foot. So we stay equally weighted on all four corners of the foot, and we're not pushing the hip sideways. So upright, hands to the heart center. Take in a couple breaths. Shoulder blades down. Make sure we've got nice open space through the ears, the head's back, heart's open, arms to the sky. And then indeed, my tree is waving in the wind a little bit. That's okay. Just keep it upright. Keep that strength. We're growing the roots down into the feet, hugging to center line. So we feel these two energetic lines in both directions. And then as you release, take a hold of the ankle, shake the legs out, of course. That's a good long time to stand on one leg. Let's do the other side. So we bring the left foot to the earth and really powerfully press into the all four corners with that leg. So the foundation is secure. As you raise the right knee, left hand to the waist, and we're just going to take it out to the side and back to center without turning the torso. So the leg is independent because it can. There's that hip socket, femur bone right into hip socket that allows for great range of motion in this direction. Take it out to this side. Bring the foot to the inner thigh. You can also guide the foot to the inner ankle or have a toe touching down on the ground. So that supports your balance a little bit more. So if you're having trepidation about the balance, bring a hand to the block or a wall, sorry, or bring the toe to the earth. And then we're going to push inner thigh into foot, foot into inner thigh, hands to the heart center. When you're ready to do so, breathe in and breathe out to expand. And if you'd like, you can let your tree open up to the sky, rooting down into the earth, earth and sky. Again, always coming into play with nature, this playful attitude, bending without breaking. Freedom as we root down and rise up. Let's bring it back to center. Release the foot gently. All feet actively spreading into the earth, anchoring down. Shake the hips out, legs out. Then we'll take a figure 4. You might want a wall or a chair. I'm going to do this with a chair. My hands are on the chair. If you've got a wall, that's great. And bend the knees here, like I'm sitting. So my arms are straight if I'm using the wall. If I'm not using the wall, I'm just going to bring my hands to the heart center here. And across the left ankle over the right thigh. Hands on the wall or chair. And I'm just going to move back with the hips. So check out the position of the knee. I can see my toes. I can see my foot. My knee is behind the arch of my foot. It's not forward like this. Okay, if it's forward like that, you're pushing into the knee joint. You want to celebrate hamstrings and quadriceps, so the leg should be aching here, not in the knee. And then we've got this nice, beautiful stretch coming through the left side, the left hip. Let's raise that back up. Take it out. And if you need to come out sooner, definitely make sure you're honoring, once again, respecting the body, respectful of the vessel and the path and journey that you're on, which is different from anybody else's path and journey. So again, we'll come back into that seated chair pose, cross the right ankle over the left this time. Note that my hips are square. I'm not dropping one. You can see this from the back side a little bit easier. I'm not pushing into one hip or raising too high on the other. Sit bones should be level. And I'm pressing straight back like I'm sitting on a park bench, and my legs have a 90-degree bend in the knee. We don't sit on a park bench and then pull our feet behind us. If this is a park bench, like we're seated, should look like and feel like. Except your quads are on fire. Get a good stretch through the hip. Awesome. And bring it back to center. And you can keep the bear here. It's very useful. Got 2 more balancing actions. The first one, we'll shift the weight back. Let's see. To the right foot. Catch your left foot. Pull the heel towards the glute. Drop the knee down towards the floor, opening through the hip. This gateway right here, opening the front body, especially through the shoulder, hip flexor, and quad, is really helpful for back bend because it requires more opening through the front body. Now, front body tends to get closed off because that's our kind of our lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we're in a shape that doesn't support equality in the movement. We just want to support equality in the movement. Heel to the glute, knee towards the floor, toughen the low belly so the tailbone draws more fully towards the floor, anchors next to the right heel. Awesome. It takes just a little bit of time to open up that quad. And as you release gently, do so gently. I'm just gonna put this over here. But definitely keep your chair handy. I'll just refer to it. And we'll shift the weight to the left leg. Right foot comes right into the heel. And if you may be starting way out here, that's perfectly legit. Open the shoulder, make sure your shoulder's not pushing forward like this, but it's open. We want also to stretch through the pectoralis. And as you bring the heel in even closer, make sure we're not pulling the knee back, but that we're dropping straight down and then connecting tailbone towards the floor by pulling the lower ab in. It's not a bend in the back. This is not, we're not releasing the low back. It's definitely very vertical. And then you'll feel the quads in their parallel position really start to open up. It takes a minute to get fully embrace and the expression of the quad and its longer length. It likes to be all knotted up or short. It's a little maybe shortened. So give yourself a little time, respect the process. And then as you release, we just bring that leg gently back to the earth. Awesome. Shake the legs out. And then we're going to go for dancer's pose. So this, again, the leg comes behind. We're going to catch the foot in an overhand grip. Get the foot back this time. So we create space between the heel and the glute. It's not coming in. Kicking back, the arm is straight. If you have your chair, you'll place the right hand on the chair. If you don't, you can bring the right hand to the sky. You're kicking straight back, and that may take the torso forward just a little bit in a bow. Your arm might be vertical or horizontal. And give it a little bit of breath, expansiveness. You want to feel like this is actually a bow and arrow, and you're pulling in two directions. Yes, come out slow and gentle. Let's try the second side. And on the wall, kick back and grab a hold, overhand grip here. Hand can stay on the wall. Go forward on your chair, kick straight back, lift the foot to the sky, anchor, feet, foot into the floor. Inhale, let's right it, releasing. And we're going to go to the first side again. Take it one more time. So if baby steps, whatever is speaking to you in whatever way you can. And if we're not actually touching the foot, you could use a strap, a towel, anything like that. So make sure you're, again, respecting the body and the process that we're going through to get someplace, because the journey is the important piece, not the destination. So this time I'm going to use an underhand grip. My palm and bicep are facing you or facing outward. As I kick, I'm going to grab the inside of the ankle. And make sure you don't change the position of the hand when we come back. We're not trying to do an overhand, underhand grip that I often see folks do. So check that out. Be mindful. Right arm to the sky, kick back, and take your full dancer position. Pose. So the leg on the ground is straight, strong, and steady. You can lock the knee without hyperextension. Make sure there's still a lot of energy through all four corners of the feet. And the pull is in two directions. Opening the heart, shoulder. Just come all the way back down. And release. Slow and gentle hands to the heart. Second side. This way. So the arm facing you, palm is open. And then we kick back, grab the inner ankle if that's too much. Well, that might be too much rotation for the shoulder. Then go back to the overhand grip. You're over the toes on the outside, the pinky toe side or inside big toe side. Press back, left arm to the sky. And we're holding dancers for 3 to 5 breaths. Do what naturally works for you. If you're just learning this posture, it might be fatiguing to hold for 3 or 5, the full 5 breaths. Keep stretching out, lengthening it out, and come back. Same way we came in, nice and gentle with lots of control. Shake it out. Beautiful. Step to the top of the mat. A really fun one today. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale. Let's just take a deep bend in the knees, hands to the earth, and come into a toe stance. Release the hamstrings, release the low back. Bring the hands to the heart center. If you have blocks or something steady by your side, keep the hand on the block. Or here. Let the hands, lift the hips. Inhale, flat back. Bend the knees. Exhale, lift the hips. Drop the head. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, tabletop. Release that back. Exhale, tip it forward. One more time. Flat back. Inhale, exhale. Straighten the legs. And walk the feet back into a downward facing dog until we have a neutral low back. Neutrality here. Inhale, come into top of a push-up. Exhale, knees to the floor. Bend the elbows and come into chaturanga. Inhale. Low cobra. You can pause here in low cobra. Take a baby back bend. Bring the hands out to the side. Feet lift. Full Shalabhasana. So the legs are straight, strong. Inhale here. We're going to keep the torso lifted, but just tap down with the right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap right. Inhale, lift. Not very far, right? Tap left. Inhale, lift. Now tap both. Inhale, lift. Keep the inner thighs hugging towards center. They should be on fire right now. One more tap down. One more lift. Lift the thighs a little higher. And exhale, release. Shake the hips side to side. And we'll take bow pose. So bending right leg once again, clasp the top of the foot. Left arm coming forward. We'll kick straight back. So this looks like just what we did standing, taking it on the ground. Arm and leg elevated. Inhale, exhale. Full bow point pose. And release. If you'd like to take both feet at the same time, you could do that. We're going to do the second side here. So left foot and left hand clasping together, joining, and then create a sensation of lift by pressing the foot into the hand. You can keep the right foot and right hand on the ground. That's useful. Or you can balance and bring them off the ground. Alternatively, you take a hold of both feet and bring it all the way into a bow point pose. Dhanurasana. And release. Both feet, with the hips. Press it all the way back into a hands and knees position. Hands walking forward, hip high, and allow the forehead to come to the earth. Release through the low back. And then give the hips a stretch. Bring the right knee through. And I'll take it into pigeon. And that's pretty intense for me right there, right now. If this is bothersome for your knee, and bring a blanket or even something a little bit higher, like a block, underneath that right hip. That's comfy, that's cozy. Okay, that feels really nice. And then you'll walk the hands forward, sleeping pigeon, elbows to the floor, squaring the hips up, draw the right sit bone maybe just a little bit more to the right. You should bring a left hip towards the heel. And just nice deep breaths. I'm trying to get somewhere. We're just trying to open the body a little bit more. And these back bends are possibly going to help support a brighter, more uplifting day. Joy, bring joy to the heart. As you think about going wherever it is your next adventure takes you today, whether it's a career path, so you're working towards something, on something in the world that brings about helpfulness to others, do so with joy in your heart, thinking about those that you're serving. And whether it's service to other employees who then serve the customer, or you're serving the customer, or you're serving your children. Those interactions, when infused with joy and acceptance of oneself, there will be a magic happens where we can joyfully find connection with others, and that connection will bring about more productivity. The other side, that hip feels a little bit happier. If your knee is not happy in this posture, so we go to the second side. Let me show you some options. I'm just going to shift that back. So those of you who like pigeon, we're just going to take that left leg all the way back down and to the ground to find the position that works for you. Here's an alternative pigeon seated position that sort of takes the weight bearing out of the picture, where we cross at the ankle and then just lift the knee and then bring the torso towards the shin. And that gives you that same stretch in the hip. If the hip's uncooperative or very tight, I know pigeon on the ground can be excruciating for the knee, and that's not the purpose. If the hip's not moving, the knee has to move, and that's bad mojo. So whichever one you're on, we're still holding, we're still opening, bringing or seeking glad tidings that our heart can long for, hold on to, memorize, step into, I like that word, like step into today, the heart space, where we just open up to feel more joy, bring more compassion, feel truly more alive. We don't dampen our feelings, but we enthusiastically know how to appropriately channel those feelings, whatever they are. Two more breaths here. And the hip, a little bit of low. It's like a nice hip hug, isn't it? No, let's bring the weight over to the left hip. I'm going to join those people in a seated position. Bring your right leg around. And take a seat on the floor. We're going to stretch the left leg out, bring the right knee to the side, and take it forward. Janu Shirshasana. Just want a little bit of a rotation here and release the low back. Make sure the hands are on the ground and you've got support as you lower. The back's not carrying any load whatsoever. It should be stretchy. Stretch the back body, hamstring, low back. Bring it back to center, step across a straight leg and give it a twist. This could also be something that opens the hip just a little bit. Also very releasing for the low back after those back bends that we did today. A lot of back, heart opening bends. So right leg out, left foot comes into the inner thigh. I'm going to square off the shoulders, the center of the chest over the leg. Readjust through the sit bones and even take a little wiggle side to side. That to me really is super helpful. And then we bring the forehead towards the shin, all the way down, actively breathing in, actively breathing out. And then deep breath in, deep breath out. And walk it back to center. One last crossing. Come up and over the knee. Hug the knee into the chest. Give it a little revolved action. Breathe in through the belly. Exhale all the way out. Return to center. And then let's take it all the way onto your back. Knees into the chest. And a little roll side to side. And drop the knees over to one side. I like to have a block either here, because my knees are not closing and that really puts a little pressure on my low back. So I'm actually going to place the block underneath the knee today. Yeah, that feels so much better. Now I've got some ground beneath me. I can breathe a little easier. The low back releases. Not pulling, not pressing. Again, very respectful. You move in and out of these postures, being compassionate, being aware, being conscious. Let's take happy baby. Bring the whole spine back into neutral. When you're ready, take it over to the left side. I'm going to move my block over here. To the left. Up. Knees over, arms coming out. Now you're going to take a full breath in, full breath out. Roll the head side to side. Come back to center, one final happy baby. And then we'll bring the feet to rest in the length pockets, front pockets of the mat. The arms to your side. Use a blanket if you wish. It's getting just a little more chilly as days go by and we pick up the fall weather. Make sure you're warm. There's some quietness, stillness to the body, quiet the mind. Warming the body. And dark, so turning off the lights or placing something over the eyes. Draw a little more inward. in retrospection, breathe in, breathe out, integration pose. As you take a deep breath in, exhale all the air out, all the tension out, releasing the muscles, release and relax all the way into the earth. And inhale, exhale, release, relax. And let joy be your guide today, bubble up and be in your heart as a companion. It's something that you don't look outwardly to build because it is an inward quality of the heart. It's something we can make manifest any time of the day. And I'll prove it to you if you just think about something that's brought you joy. A newborn baby, a new puppy, a friendly hug from a person you haven't seen before for a long time, a reunion. Those bring up a sense of joy, a sense of fun, excitement from the heart. We'll learn to cultivate that from the inside out and let joy be a companion today. For no other reason than just to bring a smile to your face. When you're connecting with others, they'll feel your inner joy, and it will be like a magnet, drawing them towards you in the same plane, or a magnet for them. And to express joy as well, an invitation. Breathe into the belly. Exhale through the extremities. Bring the knees together, rolling side position. Pause there. Give yourself a hug of gratitude. And then seated upright. Ooh, feel tingling. Feel the openness, the energy, and that you feel, that lightness. If you pause long enough, you'll feel energy through the body. Bring the hands again in Garuda Mudra. Breathe in, squeezing the fist closed. Breathe out, expanding that energy through the body. Inhale. Just want to pump Eagle style, Garuda style. All that energy, happiness, joy through the body. Circulating the heart and lungs, moving with the flow of the blood. Also moving with the flow in that network of connective tissue. So we expand and infuse joy all through the body. It's really quite possible. And bring the palms together at your heart center. Thank you for joining me today. This blessed opening of the heart practice. Enjoy your day. Namaste.